without deep research, I found these cities: Mexico, Miami, Seattle, Minneapolis, Barcelona, Madrid, Paris, Bilbao, Seoul, and Kansas City. And I put an X next to the places that correspond with the issues of Bogota. So that you see Seoul, Korea, well, you know, you hit a lot of marks there, but is it really the right place to visit? Then you have to impose a different kind of criterion. Maybe not, because in Seoul, Korea, everybody follows the rules. In Bogota, not everybody follows the rules. Okay, so, but I love Bogota, so I say this in a way just to point out the cultural differences of the cities. Madrid, on the other hand, and Barcelona may have something to offer. For one thing, you don't have a linguistic difference, so you really drill down and sort of, you know, have a few beers or glasses of wine with the people across the table from you and sort of deepen that learning process. You might think Kansas City's a strange one down here. What the heck does Kansas City have to teach anybody? Okay? Right now, not much. But Kansas City is the place that's been selected by the Google Corporation for implementation of high-speed broadband internet to every household, business, utility, and institution, including water, power, the government, all schools, all hospitals and health posts. Everybody is going to have a high-speed broadband internet 100 times faster than the average in the United States. They'll finish in sometime the end of 2012 or 2013. After that, Kansas City might be an interesting place to go because it will teach something about the future of cities because they're going to be connected together. But does Kansas City have that special magic sauce that will be able to enable them to take great advantage of that shiny, high-tech, sexy internet stuff? That's the question. And Seattle, Seattle is, although it's a third the size of the Bogota region, you know, this is 178 kilometers from here to here. This is sort of the metro region of Seattle. Seattle also organized a body, an entity, a group. It's called the Puget Sound Regional Partnership. Puget Sound is this body of water right here. All these cities sit on water and they have access to the sea, and they all have common interests. So after visiting Barcelona, Seattle decided we have to have some sort of macro institution that takes care of the interests of the city. And so Seattle moved sort of into this corporate status. They created a group, has elected officials on it, has locally elected people who represent their interests from each of those surrounding cities. And they did something else. They're forming a strategic plan. They identified what they need to do. They looked at their clusters and figured out, okay, these are clusters that are working now. What about in the future? Where are the interactions and intersections between the clusters so that we can prioritize and make our work better, faster? And they do benchmarking. They've got 10 other cities signed up. They meet every other year. They range from Barcelona to Seoul, Vancouver, Melbourne, Australia, Helsinki. There's 10 of them. They all gather the same kinds of data and compare notes. How are we doing? We're a club. We're a club of 10 cities. How are we doing vis-a-vis our competitors? Sometimes they're competing with each other, but it's in their own self-interest to help each other refine and develop benchmark data, both to use internally as well as to understand how they're doing with the rest of the world. And of course, Barcelona has something to offer with respect to the high-tech, small, large firm creation issues which Bogota is facing. This is the triangle of 22 Arroba, Barcelona. Perhaps you know about it. If you don't, I commend you the website. Take a look. Very interesting. This is a kind of a geographic, institutional, innovative milieu. Inside that triangle is the idea of forming a BA. Okay, and so for those reasons and many other reasons, Barcelona would be an interesting case, I think, also for Bogota. These are graphs that show how cities change once they begin to learn. Barcelona is a perfect example. In 1990, it ranked 11th as the most interesting city for investors. By 2005, it had jumped to 6th. So it makes a palpable difference for the city to get into this game. So to close, it's all about learning and trust and innovation. That's how I see it. These things go together. Learning and acquiring new knowledge can be transformative for the people taking part in it. That helps create the trust. And the trust, in turn, strengthens the learning and leads to innovation. And it seems to me that that's sort of the cap sheaf, the outcome of the findings in the book of Beyond Smart Cities. So let me leave it with there, except maybe to advertise one more time. Yours truly, Tim Campbell, the website's there. Anybody like to send me a message and offer me feedback about these ideas or any others? And the book is Rutledge and Erskine. It's available online. Buy early and often. You get discounts. Thank you for your attention.